Hello everyone on the internet and thanks for tuning in. I'm RyuKiva of RyuKiva Toku.
And welcome to another episode of Toku Bros. I'm your co-host, the Winter Cosplayer, and this is Rider Talks.
Fantastic Lion!
Fantastic Lion.
Yes, that's what I went with.
Where's Fantastic Lion?
It's his Wonder Ride combo.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Oh, we'll get to
is!
that when we go.
Right, so...
Anyway, we'll get to that when we get to that. But anyway, so today we've got a lovely packed episode for you today. We will be talking about Kamen Rider Kamen Rider Saber episode 10 later on. But to start us off with, I will be kicking off with the announcement of a Kamen Rider Saber spin-off miniseries called Swordsman Retsuda, which will be starring Buster, but more importantly, Slash, and also would be talking about how he became a swordsman to flesh out the character and so on and so forth.
So it's an origin story.
It's more fleshing out the character, and it's also set. The first episode is apparently set between episodes 8 and 9. And the first episode has already been released. The second episode is coming out on the 22nd of November, followed by the third episode, and the fourth episode will be later on in December.
I'm going to have to look out for this, and we will certainly be talking about it. Am I right?
I mean, me personally, I love how, from my angle, I like the potential character chemistry between Buster and Slash, to be honest. You got someone very monotonous who doesn't really show their expression until they pension, really, compared to someone who's already with quite a bit of charisma in them. So it'll be interesting to see what the chemistry will be like, what the story will be like, if it would enhance any more of the actual characters within themselves anyways. But
true.
We will wait and see on that though.
So talking about charismatic characters, the one character that is totally the highlight of episode 10 and will probably be so going into episode 11 is the man of the moment, Caliber. So Caliber, we have got to know him as Jaku Dragon with his Jaku Dragon Wonder Ride book, but anyone who knows anything right now knows it's about his power-up, Jao Dragon. And this is one that I've known about for quite some time, and being the figure collector that I am on my own channel, RyuKiva Toku, we are going to be treated not just to Jao Dragon in the show, and anyone who even noticed, his Wonder Ride book looks really big. It's really fat and wide. But the actual look of Jao Dragon, he's got the gold going on, he's got that power-up going on, the book was completed, we saw that sort of wandering pen thing. But of course, for the collectors like myself, we have got Jao Dragon in two forms. We've got him in his Sodo form coming out. I believe the retail price is going to be around that 2,000 yen mark. But the big announcement that was only a couple days ago is the SH Figure Arts form, which is going to retail at around 7,100 yen. Which for somewhat premium release, it's not that. Yeah, it's not the biggest price, but it's still quite pricey in terms of premium Bandai. Go on.
For the Western currency, what would you equivalent that to?
I think that's probably around. I'm gonna say it's gonna be around sort of our £65 sterling, which is probably around the $70 mark.
Fair enough. Before we get into the nitty gritty of how the suit looks, by the way, can I just
you might as well just go into how the suit looks, but I've already covered it. I mean, it's quite, he's got like the big stripes going on. I mean, I can't really compare him to previous riders, even though like most new releases, people are like, oh, they've ripped off such and such rider. That seems to be the format these days. But like I guess maybe sort of like a sort of form of decade, but. Go on, your thoughts.
With the what's it? with this super form. I love how the red visor cuts from the purple and the gold. I really love that. I love how it's just one book that completes the symmetry, if you will, as opposed to just one side of whatever. The how can I say? Should we call it the not power grid chest plate? Reminds me of what was it called? King, is it King Ranger from O Ranger?
Okay.
I kind of get that kind of the collar vibe from it.
I personally say no. I mean, if you are thinking of King Ranger from O Ranger, I would say, like, he has like a very big gold chest plate, whereas
So
Jao Dragon's
the
just like a very thin stripe at best. And again, I would say, like, if you think of Decade, either even in his basic form, base form, or even in his power up form, like the square shoulders, that, like, sort of grid like shoulders, that's probably what I get. But again, something like this, if someone's going to start talking about Thouser or something, that's fair enough. But then even the Thouser look, there's the rider that has also just been released, which you can talk about.
Yes, there is. But just prior to that, can I just double check something with you? And I've only just noticed this right now live. But there is an alternate form to Caliber with red along the chest line, if you will. And
Go on. Do you have a name for it?
uncertain. It's just I don't know whether this is an official form or not, but all it says is Kamen Rider Kariba Jao Dragon basically. But there is no backing to it compared to what we have just spoken about with the article. I am just merely trying to ask whether there's any
Not that I know of.
backing. Fair enough. Well, we'll leave that at that. And then, so as you were mentioning, in regards to another character that was announced, we do have our first reveal and cast reveal for Kamen Rider Falchion, which I hope I have repronounced that over and over and over again. And it will be casted by, and I've got to get this
Masashi Taniguchi.
Thank you very much. Almost, but yes. And he has been in other Sentais before.
No, so he has been... Right, so I'm going to jump on this one. Right, so right. I am a massive fan of Kamen Rider Amazons. This is the actor from Alpha Form. No, Alpha Form. So seeing him being cast as Ferruccion for the Kamen Rider Saber movie, it is going to be... He already looks amazing doing it, from the screenshots that we've been given. Other brief details is that he plays a character called Bahat from the... he's one of the Immortal Swordsmen, and he's going to be using the Eternal Phoenix Wonder Ride book, which, again, all his accessories look amazing. And Ferruccion comes from the French falchion, which is what they call their sword. And so there's just this series is going all in on the swordsman thing, so it would be interesting to see how he turns out in this movie.
Furthermore, just to add, he's also been in Go-Go 5 as well, apparently.
Okay, I think I remember hearing that.
Now, when it comes to him, how the actual suit looks, I will be straight off the bat. I love it. I love it. I mean, this is how... I know, I was going to say, I get a lot of... who was it? The Magma Knuckle?
Well, this is it. So, like, he's got the orange and black going on, which has really struck a chord with a lot of fans. People are comparing him to, like, one of Kamen Rider Build's forms. They're comparing him to, again, Magma. I think it was Cross Magma you were talking about.
Yeah.
And, so many other riders that have been using that orange theme. Like, in Geo, there was the Orange Ninja as well. You had... the the guy from Ninja who then played Kamen Rider Ninja or something in Geo.
That was purple.
No, the main form was purple, but then if you looked at the spin-off, there was also a guy in orange as well.
Right, that I didn't know.
Well, if you haven't seen the spin-off, I don't think you'd have known that. But
Fair enough.
okay, but yeah, so like a lot of people are like really getting, literally getting high off the orange vibe.
I,
So
but it's not just about the high off the orange. It's more just
yeah, I
how
mean the chest plate
it's
has got
balanced.
like the square lines going along the pectorals. That looks quite flash. And yeah, you look at like down the leg, it's kind of got one leg like as if it's covered in a cape, which it isn't. But then the other side looks bare. So I mean, it's almost a little feminine in its kind of description. But it
But
again, it looks
but,
amazing
but
straight
I,
up. Of
I'm just
course,
gonna add
there's
also
a lot of sharp lines on it.
the mask is amazing. I mean, and we had this discussion from the get-go how I was very uncertain about how the helmets and masks look for this series. This this takes it up a notch. It's unfortunate that it's just for the movie, but I have to admit, just how this looks alone, I love it.
I agree, 100%. So
And
yeah,
one last thing, would would you? Although I know you only go for mainline figure art and whatever and ones you like, but would you, for the sake of just what you see, would you buy it as a figure art?
just for what I see, possibly. But I'd say, like, for me, when I choose a figure art, yeah, I'd have to really like the character. So we've got to see what the character's like. But if he's played by the same guy from Amazon's, then I'm sure he's going to be a belter, put it that way. So
Fair enough.
let's move on to the main topic, Kamen Rider Saber, episode 10. So on
Yep.
one hand, this episode was very battle heavy, which I liked, and there seems to be a lot of live action going on as opposed to the CGI. I
Mm.
mean, the fact that I couldn't tell if the pyrotechnics were CGI or not, or real, is a very good testament to how this show is being produced. And yeah,
Mm.
like in contrast to what I said a few episodes ago with the whole layering of like social
Yeah.
distancing, it does almost feel like that they've got their social distancing non-existent anymore. Your thoughts on how the episode looked?
Looks wise, in general, it was all right. I got a little bit of a Three Musketeer vibe
Yes,
within the
when they
mix of
ran
things.
off the roof of the building, yeah, definitely. I
Well, not
mean,
just that, when they did
because
the whole Unite thing.
yeah, because they did that, and then it's like it was a little bit corny, but what you gonna do? It's a kids show, right? I mean, the one
Mm.
one criticism I'll have from the get go is that mystery lady who turned out to be from Thousand Base. To me, it just turned out that she just felt obnoxious to me and unlikable, in my opinion. I mean, at least May now seems to have some sort of use when Severe gave her that book thing. I
Yes.
mean, it's made, it's kind of turned down her annoying tone, but I just felt she now just comes across as weird, which I do believe
Can
is
I
deliberate by the writers.
can I ask this?
Yeah, go on.
Do you, and let me ask it this way. A, do you feel that this new female character that's come from the Southern base, if
Southern,
you will,
it's yeah, go on.
um, do you think she is now taking, in a way, May's annoyance, and B,
No, no, no. She's annoying in a different way. She's kind of like obnoxious, whereas at least May's kind of deliberately comic relief. I mean, I think it's still. I think I'm hearing rumors that she's going to become a rider.
well,
But if she does, yeah, either way, I'm not feeling her. I'm not feeling either of the female characters in this show so far, which is so sad. Cause you are. I'll keep saying this over and over again. You are from 01 Valkyrie. She was an amazing character. So what they are doing with, I mean, because Sophia's at least alright. She's subtle. She's eloquent, and so she's cool. But these two that seem to be like quite brash. I don't know if it's like, oh, we're men, we don't like brash females or something. But I at least like the understated, calm tone of Sophia. But these two, I'm just not feeling these two. I'm just so sorry.
yeah,
I wish I did. I mean, like when it comes to when it comes to like different feelings, so kind of segueing here, I feel that the whole thing with the two different bases and kingdoms, that we are actually set for another Kamen Rider build on our hands, where you got like different kingdoms and stuff. And and only the but the difference here being like the Sword of Shadows clearly has many users behind it, as well as a story that's bound to unfold. And all these kingdoms and stuff, it's almost Game of Thrones in a sort of way, where they're all just going to throw themselves at the one main enemy despite differences that they may possibly have. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, kingdom-wise, honestly, that completely went over my head. I was more curious about how many, if not, what riders are we going to get from the southern base?
Oh,
If any?
no, we are it's already been like publicized that we're going to have a lot of riders this year, which is ironic for a year that's got COVID going on. But
Agreed.
still,
I mean, no, I was going to say, I mean, if because we're already on episode 10, and we are
a fifth of the way through. Yeah, go on.
And then we're like what, 6 riders, and then if this is going to be anything like what, say Ryuki, for instance.
No, I mean, I think Gaim beat Ryuki. I mean, as Ryuki's always the go-to for many riders, but I'm pretty sure Gaim pretty much nailed that one on the head. But either way, we know we're going to be in for many riders, but let's focus on the main 3 that we've got. We've got red, we've got blue, and we've got yellow. So I'm very underwhelmed by Kento's Wonder Ride combo, which is the one that has Triceberus, the hedgehog thing, and I forgot the Lamp-Dalangina, of course. So I'll be honest, I was very underwhelmed by that, but I will be honest, the 3 together in their Wonder Ride combos do look good together, admittedly. But, with Kenzan as green and we've got Slash as Blacku Pinku, we are most likely going to have another Kamen Sentai Go Rider on our hands, straight up. Even if the fact that these guys take... Because, again, we've got our pink, we've got our green, we've got our yellow, we've got our blue, we've got our red. We just need green and pink to have their Wonder Ride combos. But I am so going to say that, people try to separate this series from Sentai as much as it can, but the fact that especially in this episode, these guys take forever to henshin, this totally smacks of Sentai, straight up. So even if Caliber wants to defeat them all, he's still got to stand back while they're doing their flash henshin. It's insane.
Yeah, but not just that. I mean, there's also the monster of the week just standing behind them.
No, but this is it. The monster of the week is the duck again. So, they've clearly got... No, it's the duck again, but he has a power-up, which I've got to be honest, does look cool. Straight up, right?
Yeah. No, I respect that even the monster of the week gets a power-up, so there's that. But my point is this, and I completely agree, it's becoming very, very, very tedious that, we have a new book. Let's just, advertise it.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm going to end talking about episode 10 by me saying, I felt a bit disappointed that I predicted the end reveal correct. I mean, I'm not too sure about Tassel's role, but if it's connected to May, I would not be surprised.
So, can I just assume that you mean Tassel is in the southern base, or is he?
No, I think Tassel. Yeah, I mean, again, Tassel's apparently going to do something in episode 11 for once. Supposed to just narrate it. So if he's connected to May, as in the editor girl, it won't surprise me.
How would you feel to actually see a narrator actually in the series?
Well, no. To be fair, Kaku Ranger. I mean, you had the narrator he was like a crazy narrator. He narrated it for about 10, ironically around the 10 to 15 episode mark, and then he disappeared, but then he randomly appeared in one of the final arcs of Kaku Ranger, which was actually really funny. So for Tassel, I mean, again, we've got a very bizarre character. I mean, this is a guy, because Tassel's played by a guy called Toby, who's from a group called Les Romantiques, and they are, I mean, again, just by looking at Tassel, that this group, they have this kind of Baroque theme going on. So it'll be interesting to see what Tassel actually ends up doing in the show, if he's in it for the long term. Or, I don't see the narration thing going on for too much longer if he's going to pop up in the actual storyline.
Because would it be sort of like with Gio you had Was, but then you also had Was in the series as well?
No, but that's it. But was in the series from episode... he was in the series from the get-go, whereas Tassel's not. Tassel's just been narrating thus far.
if I might, I was gonna give my 2 cents on
Go
this
for it.
episode. I felt very underwhelmed.
Okay.
The And what I mean by that is I felt that the how can I word it? Let me start with the acting of the mysterious lady from the Southern Base. The
Hmm.
way that she was pronouncing everything, almost like as though she had to say it with so much emphasis, as opposed to just
Probably,
naturally.
probably just a nervous actress.
Nevertheless, it's just I don't know. I couldn't feel. I anyway. Hopefully it'll get better. But anyway, then you have the spoilt surprise, if you will, of the three rider combos, if you wonder combos. Sorry. Um, and then you have this both good yet slight cliche. Okay, let's just absorb their power while I get defeated, so I have an
No,
excuse to get a super form.
actually, two things about Toma. One, I mean, you might be underwhelmed, but I was actually like, well, at least Toma's using his brain to work out the solution. So I will give Toma his props on that. But
I was looking
the one thing I should have mentioned last week that I'm going to mention right now because I almost forgot is that polka dot shirt he wears. That is it's black with white dots on it. It's awful. I don't know who's doing the wardrobe for Kamen Rider Saber. I mean, to be fair, I didn't like Aruto's wardrobe from 01, to be fair. But at least everyone else around him was dressed okay. So at least here, it's like, I think for Ray... Sorry. At
at.
least for... Yeah, I'm going to edit that out. So at least for... at least for... At least for Reiwa, we've got our main riders just being completely obliterated in mad fashion. That's all I got to say.
I'm
I mean,
I'm
because
just waiting.
yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I'm just waiting for like a a more, how can I say, interesting hook. Like how with, let's say, 01, it just kept you more interested and interested with the story and so on and so forth. Whereas this one was like rider, introducing another rider, and then
But
more
that's
characters,
it.
more
Like I
characters.
would say, at least for like if you talk about the hook for 01, it was very clever. It was very multi-layered. I'll at least say for Saber, it's more linear. So it's like, oh, who's Caliber gonna be? Oh, what's the Jawa Dragon gonna
Right.
be? Oh, what's
Re-
Tassel going to do?
That's the only
But
saving
that's it.
grace
But
for
that's
that
again, it's
episode.
linear. That's kind of my point.
No, 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 no. What I mean is when they revealed who Caliber was, that is the only saving grace about this episode. And I'll be honest
But
about that.
again, you go through the previous episodes. It's like, oh, what's Toma going to do in this alternative dimension? Oh, what's this monster of the week? Why is he able to reappear in certain places and stuff? So again, it's very linear compared to 01, which, again, as I keep saying, I'm cutting Kamen Rider some slack this year with COVID going on. But I don't mind too much that the hook, as you put it, is somewhat linear and single layered. But at least it's kind of like again, I'm interested. Like I want to know what he's gonna do with Jawa Dragon. I do want to know what Tassel's gonna do. But that's probably because I am a die-hard Rider fan.
In your opinion, when you see the three super forms, if you want to
Yeah,
call
Wonder
it,
Ride combos. Yeah.
yeah, how would you rank them
Well,
from?
let's see. Because Crimson Dragon and Fantastic Lion kind of look pretty good, whereas the yellow one, it's just, I don't know. It sounds a bit obvious, but it's just really yellow. But yellow as a color is bright. So I want to see a Greed Ride combo, Wonder Ride combo, and I do like Kenzan's character. I like how the base form looks for Kenzan. So to see Kenzan in a Wonder Ride combo, I'm
Ken
huh?
Espada? Espada.
No, Espada's the yellow one.
Yeah. Oh right, Kenzan,
Kenzan's the
right, the
green
green one.
one. Yeah. So I really want to see a green Wonder Ride combo. And
See,
again, go on.
I was going to say, would would they do that? Because they've already
I
shown
hope they
two
do. I
green
mean,
books.
again, it's going to be a very Sentai thing, and people are complaining that this series is too similar to Sentai. But screw it.
Well,
I mean, because Slash already has two Wonder Ride books, Hansel Nuts to Gretel and Bremen No Rock Band. So give him a third Wonder Ride book,
yeah,
and he's already really powerful using one ride book at a time, right?
yeah.
So again,
But
it's gonna. So go on. So final thoughts on episode 11.
to quickly finish off what you were just
Episode
saying, do
10.
you think
Final thoughts on episode 10. Damn it. Go on.
I hope, because this episode felt like a build-up to just announcing, oh look, Calibut's going to get a new form next episode, yay! And it's pretty much
But don't
also
forget,
like
no,
you
because
said,
we
there
had
was a very
Espada's Wonder Ride combo debut in this episode. Don't forget.
yeah. But again, that was all
And the
dwarf,
fact that
but
they revealed, the fact that they revealed Calibur's identity. These are two big things this episode. So they're trying to go out for every episode to be key to the plot. But it is what it is. And, you know, like, what's Tassel going to do in episode 11, right?
I'm very wait and see, and I'm just waiting for my oh, that's actually interesting kind of moments, really.
Well,
But nevertheless,
well,
I mean, in regards to that,
here is hoping that episode 11 will be more to your interest. So, thank you everyone for watching. I do want to give a big shout out and a big in memoriam to an actor that passed away last week. Akira Kubodera passed away on Friday the 13th of all days. He was an actor well known in specifically Kamen Rider Blade, but he was also in Fire's Kiba and O's. But his work did extend to Mobile Suit Gundam as well as Saber Moon. And whatever the issues everyone has, always remember that you've always got a Toku Bro on the other side of the camera. So never be afraid to reach out. And our thoughts go to his family and friends. So do thank you all for watching. So again, reaching out to everyone, you can find us on the social medias as per. You got my Toku Bro Winter Cosplayer. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram. You've got ourselves, Toku Bros, at Facebook, Instagram, this very YouTube channel, Twitter at TokuBro71, and we do have a new Discord that has opened, but I will put that link up soon, or you can find a link in the description. You can find all our links in the description anyway. And then finally, myself, RyuKiva of RyuKiva Toku. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, as well as my neglected Patreon and WordPress, ryukivatoku.wordpress.com. And again, Series 3 of Toku Unboxing will be dropping as soon as Thouser comes through my door. So, thank you all for watching. Do stay safe and stay sane, more importantly. And as always, fist through the cam.
fist through the cam.
See you next time. I did click. Alright, so